Hey everybody, welcome back to Tanner's Books and Beyond and day 20 of VEDUS. We are halfway through this thing, and I'm honestly a little bit surprised that I've managed to make it this far. The first thing I read today was Act 3 of Verily A New Hope, and it was good. It wasn't anything special, really. Like several of the acts before, it just completely transliterated the movie into Shakespearean language. There wasn't a lot changed. The only real change Desher made was that he had several characters do asides talking about how Han, he has a really gruff exterior, but he seems like a decent person on the inside. Now, while this does fit the Shakespearean style, I really don't like it because it messes up the show-don't-tell aspect of basic storytelling. Like, we're going to see that Han is a good person as his character develops and through his actions. We don't need other characters going, this Han guy, he seems pretty gruff, but I think deep down he's a good person and I think the Force is gonna like him. But other than that, nothing's really changed, and so while this act isn't bad, it feels rather lackluster compared to other scenes where he is able to use the Shakespearean elements to elevate the story being told instead of just tell it completely the same way. Now, the second thing I read was the Certain Point of View story. It is an incident report by Mallory Ortberg. This one continues right from where we left off with the Imperial generals having a meeting on the Death Star, and this one takes place from General Motti, and he's the guy who gets choked out by Vader. This story is real interesting because it turns out Motti has way more depth than anyone would have initially assumed. I mean, the bulk of it is him complaining about Vader literally shoving his religious beliefs down Motti's throat, which, like, yeah, I kind of like that line. But then he goes on, he's like, I'm not a bigot, because the sector that I am general of has over 300 independent religions, and I am part of one of those. And if Vader wished to peacefully discuss his religious beliefs with myself, I would certainly be open to that, so long as he was not trying to murder me. And he also takes offense to Vader belittling the work of the Death Star. In his report, Motti goes, well, if the Force is so powerful, then you use it to destroy a planet. I do not appreciate you belittling the work of all the men, women, and Neutra who worked on the Death Star. Yeah, there are non-binary people working on the Death Star. Like, I approve of that, I'm glad they're there, but I certainly wasn't expecting that shit from the villains. So yeah, Motti's the kind of guy who encourages diversity in the workplace and is really appreciative of religious freedoms. And he also wants to see the rebellion crushed under the iron fist of the Empire so that they may rule the galaxy for all time. What? So in the end, my opinion of this story is that it is definitely inside this book. And there you go. That's the end of today's VEDUS update. As I mentioned before, we are 20 episodes in, so we are halfway through. I can't believe it is going so fast, but there are still plenty of videos left to be made, plenty of left to watch. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on social media so you can keep track of it all. And until tomorrow, I'll see you all later.